With that breaking news tonight, 4 Buckeyes now suspended for the first game. Joey Bosa, Jalen Marshall, Corey Smith, and Dontre Wilson all sitting out on September 7th. We're told all 4 players violated team policy. Good evening, I'm Dwayne Pullman.
And I'm Meyer. The Buckeyes will take on Virginia Tech for the first game. Remember, the only team that defeated them last year. We have team coverage tonight. Audrey Hassan is on campus with reaction from fans, while sports director Jared Smalley is live in Chicago for Big Ten Media Day, where Urban Meyer spoke this afternoon. Jared, let's begin with you. So what is the coach saying about this?
Yeah, Dwayne and Ellie, Urban Meyer is actually speaking right now behind me here in Chicago to a group of reporters. This story became the news of the day here at Media Day, mainly because of the appearance of Joey Bosa among those players, perhaps the best player in the draft next year in the NFL. I've learned the offenses they committed apparently were not criminal in nature, but it has created a distraction for the national champions and their coach. How do you deal with that yourself?
This wasn't one of those decisions I admit. This is a violation of policy, and it was not all the same. So it was, yeah, you are stuck in some tough situations, and I always err on the side of the player, and I've been raked through the coals through it many, many years, and good thing is I'm not going to change. I'm always going to decide on the benefit of the player. Now, when you start talking about core value violations, when you start talking about disrespect, those kind of things, that's different than just stuff.
Meyer says he suspects many of his players knew this announcement was coming, but breaking the news to the players involved, particularly Bosa, proved rough. With Joey in particular, how did he handle it?
Bad. That's a tough situation. He's a guy that does well in school. He's a guy that does well in community service. He comes from incredible people. Didn't handle it well.
He made a bad decision, as did the other 3, just like we all did in college. And we ultimately were sanctioned one way or the other. And so he is serving that, but he'll come out the other side fine.
You're disappointed, obviously, because you got to have faith in your guys and you want to hold them accountable. But at the same time, everybody's human, and that you make mistakes. Some mistakes are bigger than others, and you got to deal with that. But at the same time, learning experience for everything.
A rep for Ohio State told me today that they were hearing rumors about the suspensions that were actually far worse than the actual offenses, and that's why they went ahead and got this news out of the way today and did this during Media Day. So that is the latest here as Urban Meyer continues to speak. Ahead at 5:30, you're going to hear from some more of those Buckeye teammates about what they think this suspension means for them and their season. The reaction is actually very positive, and we will reflect that for you at 5:30. Coming up here live from Chicago. Let's go back to you.
It'd be good to hear from them. Jared Smalley live in Chicago for us tonight. Now, again, the 4 players will miss only the first game of the season, but Buckeye fans want to see a little payback for last year's loss against Virginia Tech. NBC4's Audrey Hassan is live on campus tonight to continue our team coverage. And Audrey, I'm wondering what fans are saying. I bet they have a lot to say.
Ellie, Buckeye fans and students are counting down the days until the Game 1 versus Virginia Tech. So here on campus with the news of the player suspension today, it's all everyone's talking about. Ohio State will open the season without All-American and reigning Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year Joey Bosa. Also among the 4 players suspended, Jalen Marshall, who broke out as a versatile weapon for the Bucs last season, and H-back Dontre Wilson and wide receiver Corey Smith. I spoke with several students about their reaction to the suspension.
I think they're going to do fine, in the actual game, but it kind of puts a damper on the opening.
I think we're well equipped. We can handle it without them.
They have so much on their plate besides football, and so it's just a weird balance for them, like real life and then these repercussions that can happen when they get, in trouble.
A lot of the Buckeye fans and students that I spoke with here today, say it is disappointing that the players, but it's still a reminder, these Buckeye players, they are still just college kids. Live in Columbus, Audrey Hassan, NBC4.